Knowing when to let go and moving on is so important. I believe we all outgrow certain situations in our life, whether it's a job, people, relationships. We outgrow these situations because we want more. With learning comes a lot of growth. Now, there may be times that you start to understand the situation that you're in, like that job that you have that you no longer want to do because you know there's other opportunities out there that better suits who you are. And then when it comes to people and relationships, you also outgrow them sometimes because they have become stagnant and you're ready to move on. You're ready to move on to bigger and better things. But moving on isn't as easy as everybody thinks it is. You see, whenever you have a situation that you're comfortable in, it's almost hard to pull yourself out of it because humans are habitual. Another person can become a habit to you. I feel like we cover it up with words like love, addiction. They're a habit. They're a habit that you want to break, and it's hard. Just like any other addiction in this world. Anything that is a part of your routine that you've probably been doing for years, it's going to be hard to break that. And that's understandable. That's completely understandable. You're human. Like even when certain situations are toxic, and you know they're toxic, and you know you want to get up out of them, and you know you want to move on to things that better suit who you are and better suit you, and also knowing that you deserve better. But instead, you choose to deal with what makes you comfortable instead of moving on to something new. I feel like comfort is something that we grow accustomed to because it's easy. In most cases, it's easy to deal with something that we're already acquainted with. But you know when it's time for you to move on. You know when it's time for you to let go of that situation. This is how you can tell when you know you've been around for a day too long. You begin to act out. You begin to get angry. You begin to get frustrated. And you'll start to take it out on the people that are around you. You'll start taking it out on loved ones. You'll start taking it out on, your co-workers. You'll start taking it out on anybody and anyone in your way because you're afraid to move on. You're afraid to chase that dream. You're afraid to go out there and get whatever it is that you deserve. You're afraid to go out and make yourself happy. So you choose to become content. Let me tell you something. We got one life to live. We got one life to live, man. Go out here and try your best to do whatever it is that you want to do in this life. You know when it's time to move on. You can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach. You know when something's not right, or you know when something doesn't feel right. Whenever something doesn't benefit you anymore, it's time to let it go. You know when it's time to let it go. And just don't let comfort be the reason why you start to live with regret later. This is the reason why I'm making videos, because I always want to try this. And at one point in time, I used to let fear and doubt and everything else hold me back. Not anymore. Not anymore. I couldn't live without trying and seeing where I stand. I needed to know if this was something that I can actually be good at. And the only way I can know that is if I go out and try and put in the work. Starting over could be hard. It can be really hard. Because you know once you let go, whatever it is that you're comfortable with or whatever situation that you're in, you know you're going to have to start over again. Just the thought of it makes you feel somewhat like demoralized, but you'll never know if you don't try. Don't let opportunity pass you by because you fear in something that doesn't even exist. Fear is all in the mind. It's something that a lot of us, all of us, deal with each and every day. It's a mental hurdle that we have to climb. And once you take that first step, you start to realize, like, man, this wasn't really that bad. So then you take another step and another step. Before you knew it, you took 100 steps in the direction that you wanted to go in. And you learned something new. 90 days go by And you start to realize that it was all in your head. Man, I feel like all the things that we fear, meeting new people, getting a new job, chasing a dream, possibly getting into a new relationship, wow, what comfort and fear does to us, man. It keeps us stagnant. So we become afraid to pivot because we're pivoting in a direction that is the complete opposite of everything that we know. So it's almost like stepping into the unknown. I think the one thing that most people are afraid to say is, I don't know. Because you don't want to look silly in front of people. But there's so much beauty in learning. It's okay to not know. The beauty is in the process. Yes, you have a starting point and then you have completion. But I feel like, we don't want to put the work in. But the fact of the matter is, there's no shortcut around work. If you want something to work, you gotta put in the work. You gotta just do it. You gotta start. This is the reason why I feel like letting go is very important. It's very important to open those new doors, even when you don't know what's behind them. Because when you open those new doors, that's a whole nother new chapter in your life that you're starting. So let's make a New Year's resolution. Let's dedicate this resolution to pivoting. Pivot in the direction that we want to go in. And let go of the situations that's holding us back. I once seen a quote that said, God takes certain people out of your life for a reason. It's because he's seen things that you couldn't see. He heard conversations that you didn't hear. He made moves that you were afraid to make. So let's dedicate this year of letting go of all the baggage that we have and all the situations that are holding us back from trying to achieve the things that we want to achieve. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching.